What's going on, you two folks out there? Lunya One here. You got a part in the theatrics, that's what you want to call it. Um, I've been preoccupied, obviously doing other things, but I wanted to take the opportunity to speak on this recent shooting that took place out there in Florida. And well, part of me knows that given 2 or 3 years ago, I would have been highly upset, outraged. I feel perhaps a bit numb to the whole situation. Having said that, I still feel a need, I still feel compelled to speak out because at the end of the day, what happened was wrong. No one deserves that. And we have constant discussions about racial profiling in this country, and you have those who think it's a great idea. Of course, if you have a bunch of Mexicans taking over your jobs and they're here illegally, well, then you should use common sense and go after them. Of course, if you have hooded black men with sagging jeans and a bad repertoire, of course you should go after them because they're up to no good. They're out to do you harm. And my stance on the whole situation is control, nor can you account for those who might fit your description but do not fall into that category or class at all. So here we see a situation where that played out. Unfortunately, somebody is dead as a result of that. And there's been a lot of talk on both sides. I think those who would normally defend the likes of law enforcement, or this gentleman in this case, have been soft-spoken or mute because they don't have full knowledge of the facts. And as more comes out, we see that, there's something wrong with the way this person, Zimmerman, pursued this young man. And thank goodness for shows like MSNBC, albeit I can fully understand that they were probably scouring the tapes to find something that they can use, but they found it. And when I went back and played back the Zimmerman tape, somewhere near the 2.5-minute mark, you can hear him actually refer to the young man that he killed as a fucking coon. Yes, I said it, a fucking coon. Mind you, he said it under his breath. It wasn't a declaration that he meant to put out there, but it was something that he spoke that was obviously in the back of his mind. And when you speak in that form of fashion, that's what's running through your mind, and that's what he let come out, and it did come out, and it's out there for every one of you to hear. Is that the biggest part of the story? No, and really it doesn't make much of a difference, but it does show the mindset that this person had and how dangerous that can be, and part of the reason why this person was killed in the first place. Now, the young man, Trayvon, I believe his name is, had no weapon, had a pack of Skittles. And I mean, some of the calls are disturbing because you hear someone screaming. Now, I don't know who it was, okay? I believe the parents would profess that that is their son's voice that they are hearing. Needless to say, once the gunshot went off, you stop hearing cries for help. Now, am I supposed to believe that this big, bad neighborhood watch guy who actually sought out to have a confrontation with this young man was, in fact, the one screaming out for help? I highly doubt that. Does it make a difference at the end of the day? No. And we saw a similar situation play out a couple of years back with the Joe Horn case, where a man saw his neighbors being robbed and decided that he would take the law into his own hands and execute both of the people who were robbing the house. And he killed them. He killed them even though they weren't robbing his house. He killed them even though they weren't doing any harm to him. He killed them, and he shot them in the back. This happened in Texas, and the laws and the people are a lot different. But again, we see what happens when you allow this mentality to prevail, where it's okay to take matters into your own hand. When it's okay to have a gun and go out there and play vigilante. When it's okay to go out there and racially profile. And unlike the Joe Horn case, this man had no probable cause or reason to believe that this child was doing anything wrong. He completely misinterpreted the fact that this was a young man who was not from the area, who may have been in awe of seeing a new place. Who the hell knows? But if you're new to an area, you are going to look around. You're going to look out of place. And he pursued this child and scared him. And I've been in that child situation. Perhaps I would have fought back. I mean, here you have someone who's pursuing me the whole time. I have a pack of Skittles, a juice, and I'm on the phone, minding my own business. Why do I have to worry about somebody pursuing me in a vehicle? And what am I supposed to think when they get out of the vehicle? I said before, manslaughter hands down. I don't see it going any other way. I would personally hope that they don't screw this up. And a lot needs to be said about the police force who took this man in and let him go hours later, signing his self-defense plea when he was instructed not to go after anybody. He obviously initiated the contact. It's obvious. If you're an officer, all it takes is a little bit of police work, a little bit of legwork to realize that this man made a phone call, and based off of that phone call, he was told verbally by the police not to pursue anything. And ultimately shot him. What did he expect to happen when he's the one carrying the gun, going after someone who, for all intents and purposes, may be fearing for their own life? Could this have happened any other way? I don't know. And, you know, to all of those out there who are out there trying to blame the victim who's dead, because I've seen some people who have the mitigated gall to sit here and explain that that child could have avoided it, when in fact he was avoiding it the whole time. You're out there justifying someone pursuing you, and your first answer is, well, they could have avoided, they could have ran away. He was running. What else do you want? What else can you, I mean, then you have those out there saying, well, let's not play the race card. Well, okay, fine and dandy. Now I'm going to play the race card because I heard what the man said. I heard how he referred to that child that he murdered. And I said murdered. I can't prove it. I wasn't there. And as many witnesses as we have, as much testimony as we'll get, as many tapes and sound bites as we can develop, it doesn't make a difference. No one was really there to see those final seconds. I would say at least give the man his manslaughter. He deserves that much. He does not deserve to go free. And that's just me ranting on it. You can say what you want to say, believe what you want to believe, have a discussion back. You know, conservative opinions are always a plus. Conservative opinions are always a plus. But really, I don't see where there's an argument to be had here. I feel if you have an opinion, feel free to share. If it's contrary to what I'm saying, feel free to share that too. But there really is nothing to be said. In my opinion, there is no argument to be made. Well, my phone said it's going to stop doing the flashlight thing, so based off of that, I'm going to end this video. You guys have a good one. Long out one here.